All righty, let's get this going. I am Mr. Salgado. Hello. And this video is for all you parents that weren't able to make back to school night. I want to begin by explaining Google Classroom and how important it is for your son or daughter. When you click on whatever class it is, my class, Algebra 1, Period 1, for example, it'll take you to the stream page. And on the stream page, I post information, but not really of what we're doing in class every single day. In order to get to that, go to the classwork tab, and right there, you'll be able to find every day, every broken up into weeks. So you could go down to the very beginning, week 0, and you could find out what we actually did on that week 0. The first day of school, we went over the syllabus. So if you wanted to see that syllabus, you could click on it. By the way, you were supposed to have seen this. You were supposed to sign it, and your son or daughter should have signed it right here on the second page. Both of you should have signed it, and it should be taped in their notebook. So if you want information of the class, please go to the syllabus that they have in their notebooks. But we might as well, since I have it open, talk about the academic grade. Very important stuff right here. 60% of their academic grade is based off of some type of quiz or test. Specifically, 20% of their grade is quizzes and 40% of their grade is test. Very important, right? Only 10% on final, 5% midterm. And this is a huge one also. 25% of their grade comes from the category other. And that is any practice test or practice quiz, and also any homework assignment that I actually input into the grade. So this is huge, 25%. I've never done this before, but the Algebra 1 team wanted to make homework more valuable. So we decided to go with 25% on homework. 25% of the grade comes from homework, okay? So as you can see, a huge chunk of their grade is based on tests, and another huge chunk of their grade is based on practice tests and practice quizzes. So let me explain that. First of all, we're taking quizzes and tests on the quizzes platform. It's online, it's on the Chromebook, okay? And the practice quiz, I give that to them 2 days before the actual quiz, or the practice test, I give them 2 nights before the actual test, right? And the practice test or the practice quiz is almost identical to the actual quiz or test. So what does that mean? Maybe instead of a 3, I change it to a 4. Maybe instead of a -8, I change it to a -7. But besides that, all the math is exactly the same. The quizzes and tests are almost identical to the practice tests or practice quizzes. The practice quiz or practice test will be uploaded into their grade, counting as 25%. They could retake it as many times as they want, okay? And the best grade is what gets uploaded into this 25% category, okay? But more importantly, each question has a video explanation attached to it. So let's say they're on number 3 of the practice quiz that they're working on tonight. Let's say they're on number 3, and they're not too sure if the answer is 5 or if the answer is 7 and it's multiple choice. And let's say they click on the answer 5. Whether it's right or wrong, it's going to immediately play a video explanation of that question, and it'll actually provide the right answer, okay? So in other words, this 25% of their grade, every student should be able to get 100%, because these practice quizzes and practice tests have a video explanation. I give them the answers through video. So they could take it as many times as they want. So let's say they're taking the practice quiz. They should have their notebook out. They should be doing the work in their notebook. And if they get it wrong, they should watch the video explanation, jot down the notes, the correct way of doing it, the correct answer. That way, when they retake it, they get it correct. So everybody should have 100% on all practice quizzes and practice tests, right? No excuses. Let's say they did the practice test over and over and over. They finally got the 100%. And then the next day, they actually take the test. Tomorrow, we're actually having an actual quiz. And again, it's based almost exactly, as a practice quiz. Now, if they don't do that great on tomorrow's actual quiz, what then? Well, they could come in after school for tutoring and they could retake it. That's right. So if you're not satisfied with the grade, you could come in after school for tutoring and then you could retake it, okay? So your son or daughter should be able to get an A if they really want an A, okay? And what I do ask for retakes is that it's done within a week. Now, of course, it could go more than a week, but I would like it to be done within a week because we are having a quiz or test about once a week. So if you let it go more than a week, then of course you're going to be covering more material because you're already into other subjects or other topics. So please encourage your son or daughter that if they got a bad grade, that they retake it as quickly as possible, hopefully within 1 week of actually taking the quiz. There's a couple other things I want to show you. Let's say you want to communicate with me. Yeah, you can send me an email at rsalgado@mychohsd.org, but more importantly, you could sign up for Remind. Okay, so right here, all you have to do is type to the phone number 81010, type this message at Salgado P, and whatever the period is, that is what you're going to type in right there as a message. Hit send, and it'll sign you up for my Remind app. So you may want to pause the video right now and do this with your cell phone. Again, go to the phone number 81010, or type in the phone number 81010, and the message that you want to send is at Salgado P, no spaces, at Salgado P, and whatever period your son or daughter is in. So let's say they're in fourth period. So you would put at Salgado P4, hit send, and then it'll ask you for your first and last name, and it'll sign you up for my Remind texting app, which will allow us to communicate. So I will be sending out reminders, and that's a mass text to everybody in my classes. But if you respond to that, that's a personal text to me. It's not like a group thread where everybody reads what you text. So if you text me via Remind, it's a personal text. Nobody else sees it. So if you ever want to talk or find information about your son or daughter's grade or any questions, please feel free to sign up for Remind and send me a text. Of course, you could also send me an email or call my classroom number, but the Remind app is the best way of communicating. So again, going back to Google Classroom, everything is available here, all right? And I do try to stay ahead, at least a week ahead, so kids could look ahead and see what we're gonna be doing. So we're in week 3 right now, and like I've previously mentioned, they had a practice quiz. Tomorrow's the actual quiz. If they're not satisfied with their grade, they could come in after school to do a retake, get some tutoring, then do a retake. But I just want to show you on Friday, this Friday, what are we doing? We're covering section 1.4. So if you look at Friday's post, it has everything you need. Everything that we do in class is already here. Okay, so you can actually look into the future and see what we're actually going to be doing. So it has the PDF copy of what I'm going to hand out. I'm going to actually print this out and give this to the students on Friday. Not only that, you could watch the actual lesson that I'll be teaching on Friday. You could actually watch the lesson. It's right here. It's recorded. So I'm going to be talking about distributed problems. I'm going to mute it for a bit. But when I teach, I record my lessons and then I upload them. So this is a previous recording from a previous year, and it pretty much teaches everything that I'm going to teach this time on Friday. So kids could actually, or students could actually look ahead and see everything that we're going to be doing, right? Just let me unmute it so you could hear it. Come up less, right? Come up like anything, but we cannot combine unless it's like terms. Now, these are definitely not like terms. So I guess you get the idea. Everything is provided for students right here on Google Classroom. You have the page of notes, you have the homework, you have a video explanation of the lesson. There's solutions to the homework. These are the answers right here to the homework. There's video explanations of the answers. Everything is right here. So there's no excuses. And the reason why I do this is if students are absent, everything's here, right? So if a student's absent, they could just get on Google Classroom and not fall behind. They could watch the video lesson. They could actually get the homework from right there. They could see the video of the homework explained. Everything is on Google Classroom. Not only that, I try to stay ahead at least a week. So this is actually what we're doing all of next week. So next week, by Friday, we will be done with the Unit 1 test. There's a practice test right before, and that will be available on Wednesday. Even though it says Thursday, that'll be available Wednesday. Every single practice quiz or practice test is available 2 nights before the actual test. And once again, every single practice test has a video explanation providing the correct answer. So no excuses. They should be able to get prepared for tests, and they should be able to get an A in the class, okay? So if you have any questions, please check out Google Classroom. Please send me a text, send me an email if you have any questions. And I hope your son or daughter enjoys Algebra 1 this school year. See you later.